Season on the line, 4th and 11. Butka looking downfield, throwing, incomplete, broken up at the 10-yard line. And Oak Ridge is headed to the NJSIAA Central Jersey Group 5 Championship game.
There's one in the flat. Good catch that time by Ransom. Ransom with a lot of room. And a good block by Delonzo down the field. And Ransom is gone. 57 yards to the house. 2-2.
Swung on and miss. Strike 3. St. James Smithtown has done it. They are the 2025 New York State Little League Baseball Tournament champions.
Drops back, throws all the way to his right, has a man down the field, and he's got him! First play of the drive, touchdown, New York Green Wave! Sanioki's season on the line. Goal to go from the 2. Kyles looks to run with it, pitches it to Seth, he grabs it, he's in for the touchdown!
The final 25, and they're neck and neck. Kane looks like they have just a dash of a lead. Salisbury taking first. What a race!
Final day of pool play here on the PDF Sports Network in Great Kills Down for the 2026 10U New York State Championship Tournament. This is pool play and the final day of it. Mechanicville-Stillwater taking on Vestal in a very important game to find out who will play in those semifinal games. I'm John McCooch, joined alongside David Pizzuto here for this one. This is game 1 of 2 today. We've got a great one coming out here today. Vestal taking on Mechanicville-Stillwater. The battle of 1-1 versus 0-2, but these games matter, and we're going to break it down. But first off, just want to welcome Dave here to the broadcast. Again, this is a big game for everybody involved in this tournament. We're going to be following Twin Town on the other side as well as this one goes along, but this one matters a lot.
Yeah, thank you, John, and you're 100% right. You know, that we have 2 games here early, and both mean a great deal for all 4 of the teams. You know, what's on the line, essentially, Mechanicville-Stillwater puts themselves, into the possibility of playing in the semifinals with a win no matter what. It might come down to tiebreakers from there, but they are definitely in an advantageous position if they win this game. They have a very high probability of punching their ticket. Vestal at 0-2 still involved, even if they win today, depending on how much they win by, how many runs they give up or allow. They still have a chance because they can improve to 1-2. Mechanicville-Stillwater would fall to 1-2. They'd own the tiebreaker there. And then if West Nyack is able to beat Twin Town on the other side of this, Twin Town would also be 1-2. So you're looking at 3 teams with a 1-2 record, and from there, tiebreakers would have to, play a part. Does Vestal have a great chance? No, even with a 3-way tie, but anything is still possible. And, of course, a lot of it depends on what's happening on the opposite field as well.
Right. Again, we'll kind of keep you updated on that as well. That's also going on the other stream. So if you go back and forth, you can kind of keep up with it all. But, again, it's Vestal and Mechanicville-Stillwater on this field today. So we'll check out how that all goes along. And we'll do the math in a little bit, but we'll go over the starting lineup here for Vestal today. Leading off the shortstop, Drew Gilmore, then batting second and playing second base, number 22, Connor Osborne, then Emerson Cucci playing center field, and batting third. Cleaning up is Parker Sherba, playing first base. Zach Wiggins will bat fifth and play third base. And Carter Bastian will play left field and bat sixth. Connor Dole will be the catcher today, batting seventh. Liam Flanagan, the extra hitter, playing eighth in the lineup today. And Nolan Casterline pitching again. We saw him on day 1, and he will bat ninth. It's traditional 9-hole. Liam Donahue, the extra hitter, batting 10th. Finn Command being the extra hitter, batting 11th, and Calvin McCusker playing right field and batting 12th. And then taking a look at it for the Mechanicville-Stillwater side, you have Chase Pittrall will play shortstop this time today. He pitched yesterday, but he will lead off today. Easton Calangione will catch and bat second, and Jack Keltz, number 77, will pitch today. He was the first baseman yesterday, and he will bat third. Cleaning up is DJ Dodge, the second baseman. Bryce Dickinson will bat fifth and be the extra hitter. Tommy Abbott will play third base and bat sixth. James Jordan will play left field and bat seventh. Landon Saunders will play center field and bat eighth today. Landon Riley, the extra hitter, will bat in the 9-hole, and Brody Weber will play right field and bat 10th. Nolan Bloomingdale will be the extra hitter, batting 11th. Cam Myers back today, playing first base and batting 12th. and Ben Scara, the extra hitter, will close out the lineup here today. But again, Dave, right, so when it comes to that math, it was a lot of runs given up in the first 2 games by Vestal. Let's put them in this situation. Obviously, part of why they're not only just 0-2, but also dealing with kind of a hole they're in. And something that we kind of noticed was, right, you see, well, then they just have to put up a bunch of runs. But because of mercy rules, obviously, you're kind of capped on the runs you can put up. So not only do they have to win this game to put them in a 1-2 position, but they're playing against Mechanicville-Stillwater, who hasn't given up a ton of runs just yet, and they have to kind of really win by a lot. So they're capped in the first 3 innings to kind of really give them that boost. But what, it's a plus 13, I believe we did the math before. Yeah. So you kind of have to win in a 15-run mercy.
Yeah, pretty much, because, again, there's a mercy rule after 10, so the most you can win is 10 after 5 innings. 15 after 4, right? Or was it 3? I forget.
Yeah,
John,
15 after 4.
Yeah,
and then,
15 after 4. So, that's kind of what's on the table for Vestal. They need to score a lot of runs early. 15 after 3,
right?
John. Yeah, and then 10
it's
from
3,
there.
3, then 4.
Yeah. So we are going to pause for just a moment for the national anthem, and we'll talk a lot more about these standings on your screen and more as we get you ready for first pitch.
Now may you please rise and face the flag for our playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back to Little League Baseball here on the PDF Sports Network as we conclude our national anthem. Again, just to clarify from our point before, it is 15 runs after 3 and 10 runs after 4. But Mechanicville-Stillwater taking on Vestal here today, and we will also take a moment to thank our sponsors here today for the PDF Sports Network and Little League Baseball here in Great Kills, Staten Island. And as we kind of get ready for opening pitch, we would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors at ShopRite. Get more, save more, and enjoy more at ShopRite. Stock up on fresh foods, household essentials, and unbeatable weekly specials. Shop smart, shop local, and shop happy. ShopRite has you covered for every meal and every moment. ShopRite is a proud sponsor all week long of the 10U New York State Little League Baseball Championship. We will welcome Nolan Casterline to the mound in a second as well. John McCooch joined alongside Dave Pizzuto here for this one, and we've got a fun one here today. Again, Vestal taking on Mechanicville-Stillwater in an important and beyond important Little League matchup here in Staten Island in the 10U Little League Baseball Championship.
That's right, and as John mentioned a few times, over on our other stream, which is going on the major field, West Nyack taking on Twintown, another big game. Of course, Twintown needs that game desperately to stay alive because they lost the tiebreaker with Mechanicville-Stillwater yesterday. So if they're able to beat West Nyack on that field, then both of those teams would be 2-1. It would make this a must-win for Mechanicville-Stillwater, and so there's ramifications there. But I think if you're Vestal and Mechanicville-Stillwater, John, you're probably cheering for West Nyack because for Vestal, it's a must-win for them and for West Nyack because they need Twintown to finish 1-2. And for Mechanicville-Stillwater, heck, if West Nyack wins and they take care of business here, then they're automatically in without needing tiebreakers. And, yeah, so it just makes their path so much easier to the semifinals. But what's most important, John, as far as this field, is these two teams need to take care of business, and Vestal needs to win by a bunch.
Right, and absolutely. It just matters at the end of the day. Just win the game, right?
Right,
And then you
exactly.
kind of worry about the math later. It's tough to manage all that as it's going on. Also, while the games are going on at the same time, which is always interesting, because sometimes you have scenarios where one game happened earlier, and then the other game happens later, and you can run the math. But we'll kind of have to do it live if that scenario even comes up, because Mechanicville-Stillwater kind of comes out and gets out to an early lead. It shows they're going to probably win the game. Not just only are they likely going to win, but Vestal will not be able to make up the run differential if that's a scenario, unless if they just have an absolute outburst of runs after that. But we'll welcome Nolan Casterline to the mound against Chase Pittrell, who was the pitcher yesterday for this team, Mechanicville-Stillwater.
Yeah, for Vestal at 0-2, getting that win is important, at this level. These kids are between 8 and 10 years old. They might be back and playing on these all-star teams next year as well. And so, you want to be able to represent well here, get that first win, under your belt and build on that for the future, whether you move on or not.
Right, they're the 0-1 from Casterline, taken inside 1-1. And absolutely, right, because, if you end up 0-3 anyway, regardless of how that works out, you still want to be able to get a win, be able to kind of walk away with something, leave with something, see if they can get that done for Vestal. And Pittrell will chop this over towards short. It's going to bounce off of him, and it will go to first. So Pittrell gets up early, and he will reach first base as the first batter of the day after the mishap at short.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. That was hit sharply enough, John. I gave it a hit. And, leadoff runner. And how many times have we said that in the games that we've covered, and how many of those leadoff runners end up coming home and scoring?
A lot of the time. And the one thing about Mechanicville-Stillwater, too, they'll be aggressive on the base paths, as will Vestal. Two teams that do that, as Colangione takes it 0-1.
Yeah, both of these teams showed a lot of, good awareness on the base paths offensively.
Colangione taking it side again, 1-1. Throw to first as well, but that is just a formality at that point. So Colangione will be catching today. Cam Myers, who got a bit shaken up in the last game, he'll just play first base today. But good to see him back in the lineup as well. Taking upstairs 2-1. And we did see Casterline pitch in game one of Vestal's day on this field as well. And he had a solid outing. Twin Town ended up scoring a bunch of runs later in the game, but he looked pretty sharp for those first few innings he was able to get through. Taking 2-2, Colangione. But it's a big thing for Vestal, right? Because you can't treat this game as if, we have to put up 18, we have to put up 15 runs.
Sure.
At the end of the day, it's just about winning the baseball game. Casterline delivering the 2-2. That goes downstairs for 3-2, so a full count and payoff pitch coming up for Casterline.
Yeah, and, one of the biggest things that we've seen from pitchers is control issues, but Casterline is staying in that strike zone area. That one did miss, though.
That'll bounce away. So runners on first and second. So 2 batters up and 2 runners on for Mechanicville-Stillwater.
Yeah, he was dancing kind of all over the plate there, but didn't miss badly until that last pitch right there. And now we have the 3-hitter here with runners at first and second early.
Jack Keltz, who will be pitching today, so pitcher versus pitcher. In the 3 spot as well. It's a big spot for him to be in the 3 hole and also pitching as he takes it shotgun for a bit. And then the runner will go over to third. He's going to be safe. Runner also advances to second. So you get the double steal on the 0-1 pitch. It's a good aggressive piece of base running from Mechanicville-Stillwater.
Without having to lay the bunt down either and sacrificing an out.
Now at this point, Keltz, he's got the green light. Takes it upstairs 1-1. Like you mentioned, you don't have to bunt at that point. Infield also stays normal here. Maybe creeping in too much. Because at this point, Keltz, he's ready to swing. He swings and misses at a 1-1, now 1-2. Still nobody out here for Mechanicville-Stillwater, and this is a start so far that they definitely want it. Now we've talked about first inning runs a lot, but we've seen them a lot. These guys threatening. Swung on and popped up over towards first base, and that catch will be made. It'll hold everybody up and be the first out here for Casterline in his day. It's a starter.
Perfect out for Casterline to register right there against the number 3 hitter. You get a lazy pop-up over to first base on a on a pitcher's count as well and got the pitch that he wanted, and that'll leave it up to Dodge now with the pair of runners in scoring position.
DJ Dodge, who started out as shortstop yesterday, ended up pitching and closing out the game as well.
Did a nice job in relief.
That 8-4 win against Twintown that has put them in this scenario in the first place. Twintown could have won that game and kind of rendered this game not as important in terms of just standings, but now you get an interesting scenario here to start things off. 1-0 taken for a strike.
Yeah, and it was that big, I think it was a 5-run outburst by Mechanicville-Stillwater in that game that really blew that game open a little bit, but that was back and forth through the first couple of innings.
It was a very close game up until that big outburst. As Dodge swings at that, hits over towards our netting. Good thing we got netting.
Yep.
1-2 after the foul tip. No windshields broken yesterday as far as I heard, which was good.
Yep.
The 1-2. Swung on over towards second. It's going to go through. Runner's going to come home. Dodge reaches first. And the first run of the day. Dodge is now going to advance to second after the throw. And the play at home is
safe.
Not in time. The ball gets dropped. He'll be safe. 2-run score after that. It's 2-0. Mechanicville-Stillwater out to a good start.
Well, a lot happened on that play. A lot to dissect. The hit up the middle was a good one. A sharp base hit that took place there. And then, of course, we talked about it, the heads-up base running from there. You know, you get the one run that comes in easy. We're getting another look at that, and then it's all base running from there. The ball gets away from home, and it's actually a good call, and the ball comes out as well.
Right, the throw appeared to be in time, but the ball did come out. So that's a 2-0 ball game as Pitcherall came home and Calangione came home as well. The 0-1 goes a bit high of Dickinson, and now the runner be at third base. So a runner already on third and 1 out for Bryce Dickinson.
And that's what happens when you yield that walk. You end up getting more runs crossing than hits. That was the first hit of the game, and it is good for 2 runs on the board.
1-1 as this one's popped up over towards first again, but Casterline will wave him off. And that'll be an out with 2 outs now. So Casterline helps out his own case. I'll bring up Tommy Abbott.
And I apologize, that was the second hit of the afternoon. I forgot that first hit to shortstop.
The pitcher all got on the hit.
First one that reached the outfield anyway.
Yes. It's a good strike from Casterline. 0-1. Get things rolling. Still got Dodge on third base. Abbott playing third today. And the pitch goes upstairs. 1-1. Here with 2 outs. So again, a 2-0 lead so far for Mechanicville-Stillwater. And Vestal has had trouble producing runs for themselves.
Right. And knowing that, you kind of wonder if there is a wild pitch here. If you send that runner from third, try to take a critical 3-0 lead and add that third run.
That's why you create a patient at bat for Abbott. But Casterline's had the zone in a solid manner so far as he delivers that pitch.
Just missed that one. He wanted it, and kind of that long walk back to the catcher. Eyes his dugout for a moment.
And a 3-1 pitch. Taken for a strike, 3-2, full count. Another full count created. Already 25 pitches here for Casterline.
Yep, and got to be a hitter now at the plate for the lefty bat here.
Casterline kick steals a payoff, fouled off. Here by Abbott. So the at-bat continues. Another pitch in this at-bat here for Casterline. Again, at this point, if you're a team that's not as much worried about tomorrow, the pitch count stuff kind of goes a bit out the window.
Sure.
3-2 taken. That'll be a walk for Abbott, so runners on the corners after pitch number 27 for Casterline. And he's going to keep going. He's going to keep rolling all the way to second base.
Yep. They were trying to get a play over there so they can get that run home, but it's a good heads-up base running. And again, we mentioned it. You're going to see that a lot.
1-0 for Jordan, taken for a strike. A fielder today. And so disciplined to just kind of give up that base. Not as important anyway at this point. Get this going. And that's taken low for a strike. 0-2 here against James Jordan.
Impressed, though, with the way Castelline's pitching here in this top half of the first. Really, choosing his pitches wisely.
And the 0-2. Sent over towards Castelline. Drops it for a second, makes the throw to first, and he gets out of the inning. A 2-0 lead after Mechanicville-Stillwater got an RBI single from DJ Dodge. And after that, we'll head to the bottom of the first here on the PDF Sports Network.
This tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
And we're back to baseball here on the PDF Sports Network after 2 hits for Mechanicville-Stillwater. They got to Castelline a little bit, and they lead 2-0. And now for Vestal, we will see them bat for the first time today. Again, run production has been something that they've been working on over the last 2 games, and they need a lot of them at this point in the goings because of run differential, and now has become a bit more difficult. They now are plus 15, so they would need quite a lot of runs when you talk about making it and creating that 1-1 3-way tie for 1-1 scenario for everybody. So Vestal, an early first inning is going to be important here as the bats work against Jack Kelts today.
Yeah, and remember, John, the first tiebreaker is runs allowed, period. And they've already allowed 24 this tournament, and Mechanicville-Stillwater has only allowed 9. So at this point, they would need to score 15 on Mechanicville-Stillwater just to break even in that category, so that run differential then becomes the next tiebreaker in a 3-way tie, obviously.
Right, and they still have to worry about whatever Twin Town ends up doing today.
Correct,
as well,
exactly.
Because if you end up getting a tie for runs against, it then goes to runs for. And Twin Town put up 11 in their first game as well, so they've got a number of runs. So they have 15 runs total after that. So it's a lot of math, and to get to it, we have to get through, obviously, the first few innings here at Vestal at the end of the day, just looking for the win after all of this. But
and that's
still
why
a scenario, and they're still alive.
Exactly, and that's why it's so important that these kids not even know those scenarios sometimes. It's just worry about getting on base. Just worry about drawing the walk. Just worry about getting that seeing eye single. Get on base, move yourself around the base pad, score that first run of the game, and let the tiebreakers worry about themselves. And again, just like we mentioned in the open, get your first win of this tournament. Get out of here on Staten Island, whether you're playing again tomorrow or not. Leave here with good feelings under your belt. And Gilmore has a chance to get it started here for Vestal. His team down 2-0 in the bottom of the first.
Drew Gilmore leads off. The shortstop here today takes the first pitch from Kelts. It goes down low for 1-0. And here's the thing. There's always one person on the team that knows all of
Yeah, I know. I was that kid on the team.
You were. That makes sense why we're talking about them now, actually. The 1-0 popped over from Gilmore, and that will drop. So a first runner on after the first batter. Gilmore picks up a single to start his day out. Here's the leadoff hitter. A nice piece of hitting, and Gilmore gets the party started.
Right, and to start off this game, we've got both teams have registered their first hits here in the first inning. So no-no's off the table, and here we go. Vestal with a base runner and the tying run coming to the plate.
So if I was a coach at Vestal and I knew that I had Dave on my team, I'd say, hey, I know you know, don't tell anyone.
Right.
Just playing ball here today as Connor Osborne takes, and Gilmore will run. The throw is made, and it will not be on line, so a steal for Drew Gilmore as Osborne is ahead, still 1-0.
Yep, and you work that run that'll get you to within 1 into scoring position now, and good stuff here to start for Vestal.
Osborne takes another pitch and just hits the inside corner, 1-1. Patient hitting, and just looking back at the first game we were there for, there was just a patient hitting team. That wasn't their issue when it came to run production. It was just putting that together, 1-2.
Yep, and here comes the running.
Runner will head over towards third. No throw. They called for no throw, so it'll be 2 steals for Drew Gilmore as he pulls off the Ricky Henderson going from second to third, or first to second to third.
Yeah, I apologize to our folks at home for missing that camera and not being able to see it, but he was held up between second and third for a while. There was no throw drawn, so
Osborne grounds it over. He will be out, but a run comes home as Vestal cuts the deficit to 2. It's 3-1. after he brings home Gilmore.
Yeah, it's 2-1, right?
Now
3-1.
Is it?
Number 1, Emerson Gucci.
I had 2-0 after the top half. Yeah, it's 3-1. Okay, that's my
3-1.
fault. I had the wrong score.
Oh boy.
YouTube didn't even let me know.
Come on, YouTube. It's 3-1.
My fault on that, but
RBI.
balls and strikes are off too.
Right.
No, it's 2-1, John. There we go. They just
Yeah, there we go. 2-1.
You had me.
You were right.
You had me going crazy there.
You were right. It's popped up now. There's 2 outs. I looked up and because I have the RBI single, and then the pitch came home. The wild
No.
pitch.
Yeah, we were looking at the scoreboard in center field, and I was like, I must have missed a run there, and then you said, yeah, it's 3-0. I'm like,
No,
oh, okay.
for some reason, I kind of remembered a third run.
All right. Well, it's the first inning for us too, John. So
Yeah.
we'll give ourselves
There
a
we go.
pass there. 2-1 is our score. 2 outs.
Sent over towards short. Pitch roll with the play. And that will end it. It is 2-1, so the deficit is only a 1-run deficit. But Connor Osborne was able to pick up an RBI, but an also quick inning for Jack Keltz here today. But we will take a moment and step aside here on the PDF Sports Network.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
Hello, welcome back to Little League Baseball here on the PDF Sports Network. John LaCouche joined alongside David Pizzuto, and as we get ready for the second inning here today, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors at ShopRite. Get more, save more, and enjoy more at ShopRite. Stock up on fresh foods, household essentials, and unbeatable weekly specials. Shop smart, shop local, and shop happy. ShopRite has you covered for every meal and every moment. ShopRite is a proud sponsor all week long of the 10U New York State Little League Baseball Championship in this 2-1 game between Vestal and Mechanicville-Stillwater. And Mechanicville-Stillwater holding on to a lead, and they will bring up Landon Saunders, the center fielder, here today. Again, it's not 3-0. It is 2-1. David Pizzuto had the right score initially before, but we got it.
Appreciate
we
that.
got to the top of the second inning. And again, thank you to ShopRite. So we'll get Saunders, the center fielder, coming in and leading off here in the top of the second. Still Nolan Casterline's day on the mound.
But this tournament is rolling true to form. Both teams scoring in the first inning. How many times have we been able to say that? It's pretty routine here on both sides, both fields.
I remember Vestal, their first game, they only had 1 run, but that 1 run was in the first inning.
Yeah.
And so far, they've got 1 run in the first inning as well here today. Casterline will kick and deal. It's taken 1-1. Leadoff batter for Saunders. Looking to get his day going and his team going. 1-1 bouncing ball for 2-1. They led off with a chase pitch roll hit to lead off the first inning. See if Saunders can repeat.
You mentioned all those pitches, though, by Castellan in that first inning. Remember, the limit is 75 in any game, and he's getting close to the midway point of that.
Right. He's at 34 now after that one. He's approaching it, and I'm sure that even though there is no rest rule, you don't want him to hit 75. 2-2 is popped over towards first. Saunders is going to go, and a nice sliding catch, knee slide. Looked like a soccer player. Sliding catch, and 1 out.
Yeah, nice job there in the infield, and both teams have been making good plays in the infield so far. I know it's early in this one, but the cleaner you are in the field, the less unearned runs you're giving up, and putting your pitcher in a good spot here to work ahead.
Parker Sherba, as that one's taken for a strike on Riley. Landon Riley.
That matters for the pitchers too. It's hard enough when you're facing all-star teams at the plate.
0-1 is sent over towards first yet again. This one's going out foul, and the netting saves someone from having to call car insurance. 0-1. Or 0-2.
Yeah, neighbors appreciate that here.
Yeah. I'm sure that was a nice catch by the umpire.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, there we go.
Little web gem behind the plate.
Not even a web gem, barehanded play. That's what I'm talking about. Show them how it's done. See the 0-2. Take it. Or 1-2 all the way out. So you got stuck almost by the next up.
I've seen that a lot, too.
Yeah, it's kind of a gap in between the paddings there.
Mm-hmm.
They have to go under and get it every other time. Man, wish we could have got a replay on the umpire catch.
Yeah.
1-2. And swung on from Riley. That's going to go through and drop. So Riley picks up a single. Here on that pitch from Casterline.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. That's a good, level bat going through the plate, hitting it at the screws and getting it, midway between the second baseman and the right fielder. Good piece of hitting, and it's not quite the leadoff runner, but with one out, Mechanicville-Stillwater in business here with a runner at first, and you think that runner's probably going to be moving.
Probably, and he will have the opportunity to do so just now as that ball bounces through. So he will take second. Landon Riley takes it as Brody Weber steps up, the right fielder here today. We've reached the 10th spot in the order now. Taken for a strike, 1-1. Gets Weber. Runner's going to stay at second. Sure, they'll keep an eye on him. It's a one-run game. Mechanicville-Stillwater with a runner in scoring position looking to add. It's taken again, 2-1. Vestal competed in their first game against Twin Town. They've competed in their games. Let's take it down low again, 3-1. But again, it was that run explosion from Twin Town in the fifth that led to the kind of score gap you saw there. Big 3-1 though. Here for Weber. Taken for a strike. Weber was ready to chuck his bat and walk, but he will get a full count and a payoff pitch coming up here with one out. And a runner over at second. Casterline kicks and deals. Bouncing ball. Weber will take his base.
And they'll move the runner, too, from second and third with that pitch.
And Weber's also going to go for second as well. So now runners at second and third. After some heads-up base running.
That's exactly what it is, John. Heads-up base running, because that's simply ball four, and you move a runner over to first base. It should be routine, but you get an additional base out of it as well.
And Bloomingdale tries to bunt. He bunts it down foul, and it kind of turns into a two-base walk.
Sure.
After that.
Yeah, and those are the little things, like something like that. I mean, it appears in the box score as a wild pitch on ball four, but it's not a heavy statistic like a hit or an error, but it matters. And in these close one-run games, those can be the difference.
And now the 0-1. Bloomingdale swings and misses, and a nice pitch from Casterline, 0-2.
Yeah, now Bloomingdale has to be a hitter here in an 0-2 hole with two runners in scoring position, only one out. First base is empty, so he could still be patient here, but anything close, he's got to be swinging.
We'll see what Casterline is able to do with pitch number 48. Bloomingdale is going to chop this over towards third, and it will be dropped. Ball will be dropped. Runner stays at second. Third base runner comes home. That's Riley. And that ball was dropped, so it's 3-1.
Yeah, unfortunate play. That's a play that should be made in the infield. We talked about that at the beginning of this inning as well, and how big those can be. If that's fielded clean, there's either going to be a play at the plate where the tag would have to be applied, or a sure out at first base, and you take the game's second out while conceding the run.
See if we get a discussion coming up here. Not exactly sure what the situation is here, Dave.
I think they're discussing the score. I think.
Right, 3-1.
Because again, they flashed that 3 in the last inning. Now it's 3-1.
That's correct.
Yep.
This is right, and our score bug is right, which is what matters.
Correct. People at home know what's what here. Yep. And like you mentioned, Myers, the young man who had to leave the game early due to injury, he was catching yesterday. Good to see him up and swinging the bat and okay. It looked like he had, a lower body injury or knee injury there. But to get right back, like we said yesterday, John, it's good to be 8, 9, and 10 years old.
Yeah, I'd be on the couch for a bit. 0-0. And Myers chops this over towards short. We'll see if the play can be made. It'll be made at second, and he is out. That'll be out number 2 with the runner advances.
Yeah, so the runners will be at first and third now, and no harm done on the scoreboard with that. And that'll be up to Shera to keep the inning alive, and we'll see if that runner from first goes here. Myers try and draw a throw and move the runner over from third to home.
So Shera will take his first pitch 0-0, take it down low. Runners cheat a bit, but they don't go anywhere. And right now, my discussions, even my friends, are getting injured in pickleball now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's...
Some guy's on the IL he'd be in urgent care with a major sprained ankle.
Wow.
Playing pickleball. Meanwhile, Myers gets right back up, and the pitch goes down low, and he will pause for a bit.
Well, he wants to throw. He wants to draw that throw.
Yeah.
Not going to happen. So runners will go to second and third on that pitch, and the count 2-0.
He looks fine there for Myers. Shera.
John, we do have a scoring update. Twintown is up 1-0 over West Nyack in the bottom of the second inning. So still early there, but
makes everything more important for Mechanicville-Stillwater.
The team that desperately needs to win is winning.
Be taken for strike 2-1. Right, they need it. Then you have 2-1 teams.
Right, it's a must-win for them.
Yeah.
For Twintown, it's a must-win.
Right, because you have the direct head-to-head, and that's what matters first. Shera.
Runners stay.
Yeah, runners stay. 3-1. Again, that backstop has helped out quite a bit in terms of wild pitches.
Shera could be selective here, though. First base is open. He's seeing a 3-1 pitch upcoming.
Probably take whatever he gives you at this point. You do have first base open. He'll take a strike, 3-2, a full count. Here with 2 outs. Casterline looking to get out of the inning with only 1 run on the board in this top frame. Swung over towards second. Looking for a play here. That throw's going to be made. Osborne makes the play to Sherba, and they get out of the inning. A 3-1 score after an error from the third baseman. So Mechanicville-Stillwater, a game now that's becoming much more important than they may have thought. They lead 3-1 after picking up 1. Celts will come back to the mound here after we get to the bottom of the second here on the PBS Sports Network.
New York State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
And we're back here on the PDF Sports Network as Jack Celts will come to the mound of this 3-1 ball game. Celts gave up 1 run in the first inning frame, and will come back. And this Vestal team has been a team that has created their runs in the first inning. We'll see if they can maybe get another one here, because again, Vestal needs a lot of runs, and obviously Twintown, we looked at them, and they have a 1-0 lead. Still a lot of baseball left to be played on both sides here today, but we got this one. Mechanicville-Stillwater with Jack Celts on the mound taking on Vestal, looking for more run production here as they potentially may be closing out their tournament here today.
Yeah, and again, every hit, every run counts for them, and you know they did enough in that second inning to really keep MSLL at bay. There was a chance there with a big hit at the end that this could be a 3 or 4 run game at this point. Instead, it's still a 2-run game. You know, anything can happen. Obviously, get a walk, an error, what have you. Big innings. We've seen them, especially on this field, John. You and I think between South Shore and Twintown and MSLL yesterday, we've seen 3, 4, or 5 4+ run innings in this tournament. So, sometimes all it takes is a snowflake, and the next thing you know, there's an avalanche happening. So you got to start small here, but every at-bat begins to count more and more here for Vestal.
And we'll start with Zach Wiggins, the third baseman here. Only 4 batters went up for Vestal in that bottom of the first inning. So the home team, Wiggins,
number 9, Zach Wiggins,
to get things going. They did get a leadoff hit from Drew Gilmore in the first inning. Looking for another leadoff runner here today. That's taken. Strike 1, 0-1. Celts.
Should mention that West Nyack has tied things up against Twin Town. It's 1-1 there.
Got a good game over there. 1-0 bouncing ball, 1-1.
They are at the end of the second inning there.
And okay, and looking at it from the other side as well, 55 pitches for Casterline. Obviously, the limit's 75, but
Sure.
I would personally think that he may be done for the day. Wiggins sends one over towards left field, and left center. Center field is going to go make the catch, and he'll be out. 1 out on the board with a nice play over there in center by Saunders.
That was no doubt the hardest hit ball of the afternoon for either team. That one was a straight shot out there and a big line drive. Nice play by Saunders in the outfield.
Maybe Bastion awaiting. He'll take the ball inside and bouncing for 1-0. It was a hard hit ball. It's one of those balls that you think may have a chance to go pretty far when it comes off of the bat. Just kind of drifted over towards left center. And Saunders came out over more into that left field territory, made the play. But 2-0 right now for Bastion. Sends one over towards third base, and the throw will be made and in time. Nice play by Abbott to get the second out here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous throw that time, and you need those plays in the field to get yourselves in and out of innings.
So far, they're 1 out away from doing so, as Connor Dole, the catcher, batting in the 7-hole today. But right now, Celts is 1 batter away from getting through a 1-2-3 inning.
And, conversely, John, we talked about how many, big innings we've seen. We've seen very few 1-2-3 innings throughout the tournament. Even the teams that are 2-0, Massapequa Coast, South Shore, West Nyack, 3 teams, 1-2-3 innings were pretty rare.
I can't put one to memory over the few games that we've done over here on this field.
Yeah.
There always seems to at least be a walk or something. Gold will send this over towards short. Pitch roll with the throw, and the play just goes away. So no 1-2-3. Yeah, we did. That's our bad. Chase, don't worry about it. This goes a bit far for Myers, so runner on first here, that being Dole. We have Liam Flanagan, number 77. I've seen 77 a bit more. I think Luka Doncic may have inspired people to wear 77, these baseball numbers. Or they just get random numbers in.
There's always that one jersey that has a 90 or an 80 or a 70. We've seen a couple of 79s.
Yep.
Now batting the extra hitter, number
But they have
77,
Kolsky with the number 98. So we've got some high numbers, but 0-1 for Flanagan after the foul. But I think there's kind of now, if you see more 77s in Little League Baseball or just sports in general, I think you know where it's from. Celts, number 77 as well.
Right.
So 77 against 77. Don't ask me to add those numbers up in my head. 0-1, swung over, and it will go through short. So he will get on, and now runners at first and second for Vestal with 2 outs. 77 hits off 77. Bring up Nolan Casterline, the pitcher, so now pitcher on pitcher.
Nolan Casterline.
Just like that, what could have been a 1-2-3 inning, John, now, all of a sudden, Vestal, the go-ahead runner at the plate.
I shouldn't have said anything. It's my bad. 0-0 from Celts taken for ball 1-0.
Sometimes we have to will things to be true. That was the case there.
I think so.
But again, good job of, staying patient, and now Casterline, the pitcher of record for now. A chance here to continue the line here.
Casterline will foul that down. Put another strike over there on the count. 0-2. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in to the PDF Sports Network all week long. It's been an absolute blast covering Little League Baseball here. Still got a couple games next 2 days as well. A couple days next 2 days. Casterline sends another one foul. We got the semifinals tomorrow and the finals on Friday.
Yep, and Joe and Nick will be on hand for the semifinals and the final on Thursday, Friday. All of those games taking place at the major field behind us. John and I will return actually here on Saturday for the softball tournament kickoff.
Right. Take it down low. And now the runners will go, and they're saying just let them go. So double steal, 1 and 2, no throw. And it's a smart decision not to make that throw. Obviously, you don't want the errors. You don't want to have a throw go wild, or even just have enough time for the runner from third now to get there.
Count is actually 2 and 2. This will make it a full count. They're going home.
Going to go through, yep. And Bastion's going to come on home after that wild pitch. It's now 3-2.
Well, you know, they need the runs, John, so they have to be aggressive. They are already a very aggressive base running team, and we saw it on 2 consecutive pitches. You know, taking the bases as the ball gets away from the catcher, that time a little bit wild. And now on a 3-2 count, if you have another wild pitch here, you're at risk of having this game get tied up. We were just, you know, hairs away from a 1-2-3 inning, and this is what happens when you can't make that final play.
Got a couple bases open, but here's a pitch from Keltz, and we'll see if he went. The deferral, he did not, so he will walk.
Should walk, yep.
And obviously disagreement, but it was a close one. Thought he might have went. Casterline will take his base and get a walk, so that brings it down to here.
Well, Keltz was like, hey, you know, whether he went or not, I could have used that called strike 3 there, and we're actually going to see it again.
We'll get another visit at the mound here. Then, yeah, we'll take that moment to take a look at that situation. I thought, live, I agreed with the call.
Oh, he went.
He
went. That's a perfect angle. That should have been strike 3.
Yeah. So Keltz having a reason to disagree. That bat kind of flicked forward. Definitely across the plate.
Yep. Well, you know, we have the benefits of that.
Right.
They do not. So
they don't. No, they have to call
obviously,
it live.
yeah. And the, you know, the umpire who calls it is standing about 15 feet behind second base.
Bounces off the glove of Keltz. Runner's going to come home. We got a tie ball game. Keltz is going to make that throw as well over towards center field, but nobody there to come home. Runner comes home. It's a tie ball game. We'll take a visit. Seemed like that was a frustration throw from Keltz.
Yeah, it was, and that was actually a base hit. It went off the top of his glove, and there's just no play to be made there. It's just an unfortunate, you know, turn of events.
Right. That was a hit as well. Yep.
Yeah.
Take a visit.
Yeah, and again, John, you know, that play at short where the throw goes high at first base, that could have been the third out. Then you have, you know, kind of a tough call there on that, you know, check swing that was called, you know, that he did not swing. That could have been the third out, you know. So now, you know, Vestal is working on, you know, this could be the, you know, 5th out of the inning at this point. But you have to take advantage of those mistakes. You have to take advantage and make it hurt, and that's exactly what Vestal is doing here. And it's all come with 2 outs. This rally here, two runs, right?
Came with a wild pitch and a chop base hit. So a couple runs here produced, and I believe in this tournament, Vestal have produced, 4 runs in the last 2 games? How many runs they came up with?
They had 4. Yeah, 4 total, so, and now they have 3.
They have 3, and an opportunity right now for Finn McMahon to come out and maybe match their total run production. Let's take it down low again, 1-0. And they're going to give Keltz an opportunity to just get through the inning.
Yeah, I think he's earned that right. You know, I truly do. I mean, he's pitched well. He's lived within the zone. He missed a couple.
For a strike.
But again, when he's missing, you got to give Vestal credit because they're making him pay. You know, for every little mistake, they're taking advantage. And right now, we've seen that on the base pads and holding up the bats and being patient.
1-1. Romaine, hard hit ball over towards third. He'll take the force at third base. So he does get out of it, and Keltz gives up a couple, but fights hard, works his way through the inning. And now we got a tie ball game heading towards the 3rd inning. Here on the PDF Sports Network, John McCooch alongside Dave Pizzuto. Do not go anywhere. We got a fantastic baseball game here today as we will come back on the PDF Sports Network. New pitcher.
The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
As we get ready for the third and fourth inning, we thank our friends at Nationwide Bus Charter. Planning a group trip, Nationwide Bus Charter gets you there safely, comfortably, and on time. From school outings to corporate travel, their modern fleet and experienced drivers make every mile easy. Book your next trip with Nationwide Bus Charter. Reliable transportation wherever you're headed. Visit them at nationwidebuscharter.com. And thank you, Nationwide, for being a proud sponsor all week long of the 10U New York State Little League Baseball Championship. And welcome back, and we will see what we've got in terms of pitching here for this one.
Yeah, essentially it's been shortened now to a 4-inning game, John, when you think about it, and Castelline is still out there. Yep, and he's got that pitch count still on display up there in the outfield. He has 55 pitches under his belt, and again, there is really no tomorrow unless you win and put yourself in a position to advance. So, and obviously he wouldn't be able to return at this point anyway, Thursday or Friday. So you'll exhaust this arm here if you're Vestal and see if you can get a clean sheet here and give your team a chance to take the lead in the bottom half of the third.
So we'll go against pitch roll again as they get back to the top of the order. So Mechanicville-Stillwater is able to get through. They have 13 batters as well, so they've gotten through all of their first 13 by the beginning of the third. The 0-1 is taken away for 1-1. So again, and looking ahead to how this inning could roll out, Castelline can go over if you're in the middle of an at-bat.
Sure.
So it's not 75, get out. Pitch roll swings and misses 1 and 2. So we'll just keep an eye on it.
Right. Yeah. Each at-bat will give you a count here.
Castelline deals the 1 and 2. Taken low and away, 2 and 2. Again, pitch roll has made some nice plays. His shortstop is really look comfortable in that position too. He moved there after pitching yesterday. Made a nice play. 2 and 2 pitch roll fouls it off, and it was a nice play that was a double play. Low catch, was able to tap the bag as well. Good awareness by the shortstop. And it really kind of changed the tide of that game. Twin Town was in a moment where they were about to rally.
Right, sure. Yeah, they were in the middle of a big inning.
2-2 taken low pitch roll. Able to hold on, create a full count to start things off. He again had a leadoff hit. He'll ask for time. He had a leadoff hit in his first at bat. Now we'll force Castelline to try to give him a good strike here.
Something to be said about facing a pitcher for the second time.
See how it rolls. Down low, and they're going to walk, so pitch roll reaches. So a leadoff hit and a leadoff walk for Chase Pitcher.
Taking second, here's the throw.
Yep, he's out. Throw is in time, pitch roll's out. He's not happy about it, but he went all the way for second, and they've done that on about every wild pitch bouncer that could just be a walk. They've gone for it, and it's worked to their advantage. But what was just a leadoff walk is now an out at second base, and nobody on for Calangione.
Yeah, tough break. You want to be aggressive, but then when it doesn't work, it ends up being a big mistake.
Because now you've got no outs, or 1 out, and you've got nobody on. So you have to kind of reset the line. Take that pitch for Calangione for a strike. So it's obviously we talk about risk reward all the time in sports, and that sometimes doesn't pay off. It's paid off for them a good bit. It's led to their 3 runs a couple of times now. As Calangione skies one over towards center, that catch is made.
Nice catch.
Nice catch by Cucci. Going to be 2 outs, and now a chance for Castelline to work a quick inning where he needs one. Now this game again, we were talking about Mechanicville-Stillwater and their scenarios, and now they're in a tie ball game here with Celts coming up, and it is crucial and imperative that they win this baseball game, it seems like now. Kelts. With 2 outs and nobody on. Pitch over for a strike, 0-1.
But even going back to that out, John, at second base, after that hit, maybe the runner is able to advance from second to third, and there'd only be 1 out at this point.
Kelts sends one over into the gap, and it drops for Jack Kelts. After pitching last inning, giving up a couple of runs, now can start the line here with a big base hit. So he's got, he popped out before, so now he's got a hit on the day. And Pitcherall will pinch run for Kelts.
And John, at the end of this inning, we'll have to tally up our hits and errors because our scoreboard reset completely. So I just set the inning back to where it should be. So
there you go. So our break box will be incorrect, but
correct.
We'll do our best to kind of give you the stats.
Yeah, all of our statistics reset here.
Right. Here's Dodge. The 0-0 taken. It'll be a strike. And we'll see if Pitcherall, who again was just called out in this sequence already after he walked.
Yeah, he gets a reprieve here, a do-over, so to speak.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll see if he tries to go again. 0-1, and swung on by Dodge over towards second. And the play's made for an out. That'll get him out of it. We'll update our statistics in our board, but we will take a moment on the PDF Sports Network. So when we return, hopefully we've got all updated for you, but Kelts will return to the mound here as we get to the bottom of the third.
K&S Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
That's for them as well. And we're back here on the PDF Sports Network as we update our statistics, and we get right back. And welcome back Jack Kelts, who only has 29 pitches up to this point here in the third inning. He will go again. So Casterline pitched his 69th pitch. We'll see how many that Kelts ends up with. He's been a solid pitcher so far. Well, we've got a great baseball game right now, Dave. We've got a tie ball game, and a quick inning was just produced by Casterline, and I'd imagine that's the end of his day, but we shall see if they maybe give him one more batter at the end of it all. But it's a big one, and Kelts so far getting through a lot of this baseball game after Finn Command was the last batter for his team. It brings up Calvin Mikulski. We were talking about big numbers. He's got one, number 98.
Well, we mentioned West Nyack had tied the game against Twin Town. They've now gone ahead. 2-1 is their score there in the third as well. And here we have a tie game, 3-3. So it's getting close here, and as we work through the middle innings, these are some big frames here, top and bottom of third, fourth, and fifth here as we get set for the home stretch.
Right. It'll be interesting as well. We could get 2 losses. We could get losses by the 1 and 2 teams as well, which would kind of, or the 1 and 1 teams now, which would make tie 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So undefeated West Nyack team. First pitch from Kelts. He's taking 1-0. But it's now getting to the point where you can kind of talk about it a little bit. Take a 1-0. And this is a big inning as well for Vestal too, right? Because at this point now, they could be looking to play spoiler.
Sure.
At the same time.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mechanicville-Stillwater has a chance to win this group, and they also have a chance to not even make the semifinals.
Yeah.
So, big swing.
It's huge. It really is. And it's such an interesting scenario to be in, right? Because you look, you get the help from Twin Town, you can put up a bunch of runs and then end up winning the whole thing and being that top spot, or you could be out of it entirely and you're going home. So it's an interesting mentality to be in. And Wilski, he didn't think he was able to walk, but he does. And a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah, and that's big, because Kelts has been good in the strike zone. Like you mentioned, his pitch count is still pretty low here. It's only 33 pitches now in the third inning. So hasn't gone deep into a lot of counts, but that time a 4-pitch walk.
he was one good pitch away from getting to a 1, 2, 3 inning, and then they kind of Vestal was able to rally.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point because he had to throw a ton of pitches after those 2 outs and gave up the 2 runs that tied this game as well.
Drew Gilmore, who led off and got a hit. Now they're back to the top of the order. It's 1-1 as Mikulski trying to force the throw, not going to do it from Kelts. But Gilmore, now at this point, you got no outs for Vestal. Trying to keep this thing moving is Gilmore. Skies one over towards right field, and that will go over his head. Mikulski's going to have to run here. So far, a double for Gilmore. Mikulski gets over towards third. He's going to stay for a moment, and he will, but a big double for Drew Gilmore. 2 hits on the day, and a big-time hit. Now runners on second and third.
Good piece of hitting, and again, hit it right where right on the laces and drove that one out past the outstretched glove. And now with nobody out, we have runners at second and third. And Vestal now just one big hit away and finding green in the outfield from potentially taking a 2-run lead.
You bring up Connor Osborne as well. So, again, he's got an opportunity. Like you said, no outs in a big moment.
And they too, Vestal now working the second, turn in the order against Celts, having seen him once before. You'd like to think this benefits the hitters a little bit more.
Osborne swings and misses for 0-1.
This trigger on the camera is like so temperamental today. I keep double clicking everything.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. 1-1. I haven't checked it out too much. Got it for you here on the PDF Sports Network, and we've worked through a lot of this. One's bouncing 1-1. Runner is going to stay. A lot of technical issues that we're still able to work through. Still got a good broadcast out for you the first couple of days, and now things kind of seem to be a bit more even keel.
Right.
I will say. I don't know why I just said that. Now everything's going to break.
Yeah, that tends to happen, but
you can blame
it's okay.
You can blame me. 2-1. Taking for Osborne for a strike 2-2. I jinxed the 1-2-3 inning already, but it's kind of a windier and it's not cold out today, but it's a later day, so it's kind of winding down here as we head over towards the evening. 2-2, we're sent over down foul, so not dealing with the heat on the equipment as much as well.
They're in the bottom of the 4th across from us. West Nyack is up 3-1 now on Twin Town.
Okay. So we will likely, the way that pace is going, we will likely know the results of that game before this one is over.
Seems like it, yeah. They're moving a little bit quicker than we are.
Yeah. 2-2. Sent down, and that play goes through the first baseman. Will they get there? He's safe, and the runner comes home. Mikulski comes home. Runner is safe at first, and now the lead belongs to Vestal.
Yeah, I mean, that was hit with a little bit of English on the ball that it was a little bit of a misplay. It's going to go down as a hit. I believe that's their 6th of the game already for Vestal. And
sounds right. Yep.
Yeah,
2 in this inning.
Yeah, 1st and 3rd now with still nobody out. And Vestal with their first lead of the game here, 4-3. Down to their final out in the last inning. They were down 3-1. They were able to tie with a 2-out rally, and here we go. Now with a lead and a chance to start building on it now.
Now Emerson Gucci comes up, made a really nice play in center field earlier as well, and now he has an opportunity as the runner Osborne from first will be held, forcing a throw here. The runner's going to come home from third. No play will be made, and Gilmore comes home. It's 5-3.
Well, that's exactly what they wanted, right? You want to draw the throw there. You get the throw drawn, and you're able to take advantage of it with a little bit of a missed throw towards second base. The shortstop has to double back and try to get to it, and we're going to watch it in its entirety here on the replay.
That pitch was made. Yeah, again, just waiting and waiting and waiting, and then your moment, you strike, and you're able to come home. It's a really nice piece of running there. There's another visit on the mound here for Celts.
Yep, and that's Vestal's game. You know, they get base runners on. They are very, very, crafty, and they're always thinking on the base paths, and that's the mark of a good team. It's a well-managed team as well, and your work doesn't stop once you get on base. That's when the real work begins, and they're proving that.
takes it up top for a ball. Count is 1-0.
Yeah.
Kuchar takes it for a strike, and the runner will go. The throw is not in time. The tag is not in time, and the runner will be safe at second now.
Yeah, the count is actually 2-1, so he missed a couple of pitches there. But, yeah, actually, that was a pretty good throw on there, but just was able to beat it.
Kuchar swings and misses. 2-2. He actually got a piece of it. But it's 2-2 nonetheless. So, and still no outs, by the way, for Vestal.
Right.
They lead by 2 in a game Mechanicville-Stillwater very much needing to win to give themselves a chance to advance. 2-2. Cucci sends one over towards first, and that is going to drop. Emerson Cucci picks up a hit. Runner's going to head towards third. And now runners on the corners for Vestal. And Cucci's going to run. Nobody's covering second. He slides in. Runners on second and third. 2 runners in scoring position for Vestal as you bring up Parker Sherba.
Yeah, we say it time and again, and this kind of ball was put a little bit in no man's land here, and a nice job of finishing off the play. Again, first with the piece of hitting, and then with the ability to know what you're doing on the base pads. You could see the runner from second leaving a little bit late, making sure that that ball touches the infield, and then watch the end of this play. Just as you said, John, no one covering second. They recognize it, take the easy base to finalize the play.
And there's a lot of hitters, too, because it's how you can a lot of these teams are so well coached, right? Because the hitter can kind of just be excited they got the hit, not even think about, oh, I need to check if someone's covering second. Cucci with the awareness to head over towards second base. And now an 0-0 with no outs. Kelt's still on the mound here today. That's taken 1-0. So Sherba, who grounded out his last at bat, the runner on second and third. Vestal looking at this point to play a little bit of spoiler action against Mechanicville-Stillwater. Swung on by Sherba. That's going to go down the line. They'll throw the ball to first. Runner's going to come home from third base. The throw is not in time, so runner comes home at 6-3. And the runner advances to third from second. That's Cucci.
Yeah, so a ground out, 5-3, but an RBI makes it a 6-3 game. What a turnaround here. Vestal with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. We're able to get a 2-out rally, and with only 1 out here, they are plowing ahead.
Wiggins sends it over towards short. Runner doesn't advance from third base. Got a safe call, so he will be able to make it. Runner's stuck in between first and second, but he will get there. Bastion comes up.
Number 17, Carter Bastion.
It's almost a dangerous play, but now you've got runners on second and third with 1 out.
Yep, and you get a runner who gets on base via fielder's choice, John, and he ends up going all the way to second base for that fielder's choice because of the good base running again. And, you know, credit to Vestal on the base pads here. This is one of those innings where everything that they've done running the bases has been perfect at this point.
It really has, and they've been able to not just create more base runners, but now at this point they've created runs because of it. And they have a 3-run lead here in a huge third inning that they've put together. Bastion swings on that one over from third. The play at home will be not in time. Cucci comes home. Runners get an advance from first. 7-3 is your score.
Bang, bang play at home. Now the tag had to be applied there. It was not a force. So we're going to take another look at this one here, and you be the judge at home.
Take a look, and it seemed like live for me. I thought he was safe, and the tag was not in time.
Yeah,
he's in there.
You're right. Yep.
Now batting the catcher, number 24, Connor Gold.
And because of the decision, obviously, Bastion, he ends up being safe. So back-to-back fielder's choices. As this one bounces for Dole, then you got runners on second and third again here for this Vestal team.
And they're starting to string together the hits. Obviously, those last 2 were fielder's choices, but the stats are starting to get a little gaudy here for Vestal. Now 7 runs on 7 hits total, and you add those fielder's choices, a couple of RBIs going on here, so everybody getting involved.
the fielder's choices can effectively kind of feel like hits.
Sure.
It's 2-1 now after that pitch and a strike from Kelts, who's got 54 pitches now.
Yeah, he was motoring along. I think he came into this inning with 32 or 33.
29.
Oh, 29. Wow.
Dole takes one upstairs, 3-1. Either way, it was in kind of that range. It wasn't very high, and now he's put together a number of pitches. Still, I mean, again, because you have to play the scenario where you think you still have a shot to advance to tomorrow. You don't want to burn an arm heading into not only semifinals, but also you plan on hitting to a championship game. This one goes down the line foul. So you need Kelts to get through as much of this game as you can.
Sure, yeah. Understanding that, you know, a win here and you're playing tomorrow more than likely. But that's in jeopardy here for sure. I mean, you know, from here on out, they only have 9 outs to go in this game, down by 4. Now it's really important to keep Vestal exactly where they are.
It's going to be tough to do so. Again, still only 1 out.
You get a lot of people in that visitors' dugout cheering hard for West Nyack right now.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Again, still up 3-1 is West Nyack. But right now it's Vestal and Mechanicville-Stillwater. The payoff upstairs and bases loaded for Dole. After the walk and now loaded for Flanagan.
So with 1 out, they're leaving Kelts out there. 57 pitches. Kelts is asking for the infield to come in a little bit, and they are. As play looks like it's coming home on anything sharply hit to the ground.
Flanagan takes the pitch.
Gotta go.
Swings a go ball there. 1-0. And anything in the infield will go home. Any walk or hit by pitch brings a run home. We've got a 4-run ball game here with pitch number 70 for Kelts. And he takes it inside, and the ball goes through Calangione. Runners will stay. And again, if you look at this at bat, he's at, should be at 70 pitches now. Or now 59 pitches. Capture lines, he's at 59 pitches. So approaching, though, is that higher pitch mark, unless if you're going to take him out at some point.
Well, it's really important right now for Kelts to throw a strike because he cannot afford to go down 3-0 in the hole here. And again, just like you said, a hit's batter is just as good as a single here. It's going to run in a run.
2-0. Flanagan showing bumpy. He takes a strike 2-1.
That's a big pitch.
Yeah. And Twin Town had a runner on third, weren't able to bring him home, so it's still 3-1, bottom 5. 2-1 pitch coming up. Kelts delivers. Swung on over towards, it's going to go through the middle, right through the middle there. The infield runner's going to come home. Another run's going to come home. He'll slide in. Bastion's home as well. It is 9-3.
What a great piece of hitting on a hitter's count as well. That's a seeing eye single right through the heart of the infield. That'll do it for Kelts. 61 pitches. His day is over, and Vestal has exploded here. 6 runs in the inning, and they are now up 9-3. And amazing, John, they have scored 8 runs with only registering 2 outs. You know, they did it with 2 outs. They registered the last out, obviously, of the second, and now have only had 1 out here in the third, and they've managed to spread 8 runs.
And you'll have to deal with a pitching change as well. It looks like it'll be Tommy Abbott coming in from third base, and we'll find a way to break down all of the infield changes once that all comes along. But a pitching change to bring up Casterline. You've got a walk, then you had a double, then the RBI after that, and a hit, and then it was really just fielder's choice city and walks after that. And then obviously you just had that RBI. So it wasn't just hit after hit. It was a lot of patience and ground balls into the infield that were able to kind of cause decisions to have to be made, and those decisions ended up, throws on the time.
Yeah.
It's smart base running for Vestal. Really good, just totality of baseball from Vestal here in this game.
Yeah, and I think the best part, Vestal has 8 hits, so they are hitting the ball well, but I think the best part of these last, 2/3 of an inning offensively for Vestal has been their base running, because you mentioned even the fielder's choices, right? How are you not registering outs on those fielder's choices? Because the base running has been great. When you have base runners who don't know, or who are out of position or unsure what to do, those fielders' choices end up being outs. But the fact that MSLL could not produce the outs there is because the good base running of Vestal. And, the base running got them in trouble a little bit in that game against Twintown that we covered here. They kind of they didn't quite run themselves out of innings, but the base running moves that they were making were not paying off. Today, they are. And a big reason why Vestal's up 9-3 right now is because their base running has been stellar.
I think I'm starting to figure out what's going on. We have a new catcher, and it's Myers back. Calangione, I think, is going to play third, and Kelts moves to first base. Myers was in first base.
Got it.
So we have to wait for the catch, not just the pitching change, but the catching equipment. So now we also have to do the warm-up pitches because we're switching catchers.
Correct.
There we go.
And we'll get our first look at Abbott. I don't know if Abbott has pitched on this field for us. I don't know if they saw him yesterday. But he's in a big spot, too, because this Vestal team is starting to hum. And, MSLL has a game to win here. They're not playing for pride. They're not playing, to go home, with a smile on their face. They're playing here to advance to the semifinals. And, they have to keep Vestal at bay here.
They have to find a way. It's still very much a game. It's still very much a moment for them, and they are a very good team that can put up runs in bunches. We saw them do it yesterday.
Yeah, and the way it's looking, too, remember that runs allowed is the first tiebreaker if there's a three-way tie here. And if you look at it, if scores hold, right, Twintown has only given up, 9 plus 4 in that game, right, so 13 total. MSLL has now given up 18 total, and Vestal has given up 25. So right now, if the games ended right at this very second, it would be Twintown moving on over MSLL. So it's just something to consider here. They have to keep Vestal at 9 runs here. It's paramount.
It's major. Take the 0-0 and caster line. That goes down. Runner's going to go and advance. So runners on second and third.
And again, base running has been huge, and now you have 2 runners in scoring position rather than just one. That is a big difference here. Castelline with the bat in hand.
We'll take another pitch. 2-0.
Yeah, and he'll get a hitter's count here at 2-0 with only 1 out. You could be a little aggressive with the bat here with a 6-run lead.
But I do confirm with my own 2 eyes. This is Calangione moving to third. Castelline lines one over towards left. That ball's going to drop, and more runs are going to come over. It goes over him as well. Flanagan running around third base, and that brings home 2 more runs. It's 11-3. So you talk about that gap and needed to keep them at 9, unable to do so. 11 on the board here in this 8-run baseball game.
Yep, 11, and then 8 runs in this inning as well. And they are having an inning and a half here, and we'll get another look at that hit, and then the big bounce in the outfield.
And the play from Dodge, making the throw over towards first base. Looks like he got him. Castelline's advancing to third, though. Nice play from Dodge over there at second base. From the knees, able to get it done.
Yeah, we missed that play because of the replay, but we're going to show it to you now.
Now batting the extra hitter, number 3, Finn Coleman.
So, yeah, it was a nice play from Dodge. We get an 0-0 pitch coming up, and we'll take a look at that as well. Dodge had to go to a knee.
No, I'm sorry. We didn't get it.
Fouled out, 0-1. Tell you radio-wise, he could go down to his knees, made the play with the glove, got back up, and made the throw.
Thank you, John.
Yep. Taking 0-1, you got a runner on third base. So he'll take that inside for 1-1.
And I think if you're MSLL, I mean, obviously you don't want to give up the 2 runs there, but just getting an out there is huge.
Take it up high, 2-1. Castelline's going to stay there. It is huge to just get it out and get yourself rolling yet again.
Stop the bleeding a little bit.
Yep. And it's an 8-run game. And in the third, it's 15 runs. When you talk about a mercy, it's 10 after 4. So Vestal also putting themselves in position for this game to end in the 4th.
Yeah.
It's a ball out 2-2.
Yeah, so now they're, into the bullpen here and a chance, Vestal, they have 9 hits in the game, 11 runs on 9 hits, and they're starting to really find their bats here. They are alive.
Abbott delivering to Kilmaine. Strike 3, he strikes out looking. So after an 8-run explosion from Vestal, Abbott is able to get out of it, and a ton of hits in that inning. A lot of production from Vestal, a fantastic job for them, and what a turnaround for this Vestal team. 9 hits for them now in this game. We'll talk about it when we come back here on the PDF Sports Network.
When it comes to sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
We're back here on the PDF Sports Network. John McCusker alongside David Pizzuto for the top of the 4th inning here in Great Kills, Staten Island. And now Nolan Casterline with 69 pitches will remain in the game. And the 75 pitch limit obviously is a thing here. And he will be able to get through, if let's say that he's at 74 pitches, he can face another batter and get past the 75 pitch mark. So they're hoping he's at least able to get through another batter at this point and just keep Vestal's arms alive here, and they can get a scenario, right, where they maybe want to advance and all that, and we'll have tiebreakers to discuss and everything. But Casterline will come back out for this 4th inning. A lot to work for here. If you're Mechanicville-Stillwater, they can produce runs, and we've seen them put up a bunch of runs in an inning before, just yesterday. And if there's a time to do it, obviously they have to do it now in the 4th inning, not just to keep themselves alive in this game totally, but in this inning, right? Because if you can have a walk-off scenario if you're Vestal.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And if you're Vestal, and what you want to do here is, for Casterline, is you want to be able to throw some quick strikes here. I mean, you have an 8-run lead. Obviously, you don't want to give up, the big hits. But if you're Casterline, and if you want to face 2 or 3 batters in this inning, you need to get in and out of this inning as quickly as possible. Otherwise, he is going to be lifted as soon as he hits, 6 pitches, potentially a little bit more if he's in the middle of an at-bat.
So it brings up Bryce Dickinson, who popped up to the pitcher. Well, there's 1-0, and there's a 70-pitch mark for Nolan Casterline. It's the most pitches we've seen any pitcher make, probably in this tournament so far, and also on this field. 1-1 against Dickinson.
I'll tell you what, Casterline is still throwing pretty hard here into the 4th inning with pitch number 71. That's one of his hardest pitches of the day.
Yeah, he hasn't really lost anything touch-wise. 2-1. I'm sure they're telling Dickinson, patient with this at bat.
Exactly.
Get his pitcher out of
get him out. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Dickinson taking the 2-1 here and swung on over towards left field. And that catch is made. So 1 out here. And a quick leadoff out. Vestal gets some defense in. And looks like Casterline will face another batter. This one being Abbott, the pitcher now.
Perfect positioning in the outfield there. Left fielder didn't even have to move. Now Abbott with a chance to help his own cause.
We've got 72 pitches on the board for Casterline. Abbott takes us down low for 1-0. You bring up Abbott, who walked in his first at-bat of the day. Taken for a strike, 1-1, and this will be Casterline's final batter. Regardless of the result of this at-bat, there was action in the bullpen before, so they will have a warm pitcher ready to go. Kicks and deals, a 1-1. This one goes through the backstop. And there it is, pitch number 75. But again, Casterline, like the velocity we're talking about, is still there. The control really hasn't escaped him too much at all either. He's working through a very busy day. And he's pitched already this week. Walk based upon the requirements of Little League Baseball, that will be it for Nolan Casterline.
Yeah.
After 78 pitches, a pitching change comes up.
But unlike when Keltz left, Castelline leaves with a smile on his face, and to applause from his bench and from the fans in attendance, that's a good, appreciative effort. You know, he was down 3-1 in this game after just 2 innings, but he settled down really nicely, and his team got the bats alive behind him, and that's a welcome way to get back in the dugout.
And nothing to really be stressed about there. It's a good day. So also, Zach Wiggins moved from third to play catcher because this is Connor Gold who started the game as catcher, pitching today. So that means I got to go find a new third baseman.
All right. Well, they're bunched up here, and we'll see who goes where, but
be the 22 Connor Osborne playing second base today. And Parker Sherber started at first base.
yeah, we'll have to see where they go off to here.
I believe I see.
You see
some of
there.
these numbers get tucked in.
Yep.
I saw something and then I didn't see something. I see a 27.
Well, right now they're just chilling behind the
Hanging
mound.
out. It's a nice shot too. They're just the fellas sitting around watching Dole get ready to go. They're up 11-3. I'm sure the vibes are great right now for this Vestal team. And again, we'll give the official scenarios on everything in terms of advancing into the semifinals. But this is a Vestal team that's out here just having fun and just playing their game and producing a bunch of runs. It's been a good day for Vestal, especially after the frustration of tournaments. A lot of teams can kind of get down on themselves as well. But this team, not so much. They've just been having a great time. Liam Donahue's playing left field. I think I'm starting to put this together here. So because they moved him, the extra hitter. Donahue, the extra hitter, to left field. And it was Bastian who was playing that position. It is still Parker Sherba at first base. It is Carter Bastian now playing second base. Taken upstairs.
So you still need your third baseman there?
I still
John?
need a third baseman. Now I think I need someone else as well.
It's 22 at third, so was the move over from second.
Was. So Osborne is playing now third after moving second. It's now 1-1.
And I know you're kind of blocked with the window.
Yeah, it's a
third.
time trying
But
to figure
if you need anybody
it out.
else, let me know on that left side.
So, okay, infield is Osborne, Gilmore, Bastian, and Sherba. 1-1. Sent over right towards Bastian. But it goes over him. Runners at first and second now.
Got just enough on that bat to send that one to the lip of the outfield. And now 2 in a row here so MSLL now with some life with 1 out here in the top of the 4th, looking to put a rally on. And Saunders will have the bat in hand here with runners now at first and second.
We also have Liam Flanagan moving to right field. Taking 0-0 for a strike 0-1. So that caused a lot of changes.
Yeah.
The eventual pitching change with what Casterline can do. And I can't see center field. I'm assuming Emerson Cucci is still there. But we'll see the 0-1 now. That bounces down low 1-1. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 changes. 6 changes counting the pitcher as well. So a brand new baseball team comes out to play. Here for Saunders.
West Nyack up 5-1 in their game now, so they're putting a little bit of distance between them and Twin Town.
So now, yeah, starting to pull away, and the scenario is starting to become a bit more clear. So we take a look at everything. But a lot going on here. 1-1 for Saunders, who takes that pitch 2-1. So at that point, looks like West Nyack will complete undefeated pool play. Something that you're expecting South Shore to do on the other side as well. 2-1 swing and a miss from Saunders, and the runners will advance from second to second and third. Now it's 2-2 count here for Dold. Again, the catcher today. Making a mark. Looking to hold this team. 3-2, and it would be a huge moment if Mechanicville-Stillwater is able to even just get a couple of runs here and keep themselves in this game and start to chip away. 3-2. Fouled off by Saunders. And Vestal would have an opportunity to put up a couple more runs and call it a day for them.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many things on the table here, you know, and with runs allowed, Vestal still is, you know, has a long way to go here to try and factor in, but really they are going to spoil the plans here. But right now it's MSLL that's not, you know, not counted out for dead yet. They have one out here in this top of the fourth inning. So essentially they still have 8 outs left in their season or in this tournament, and they are knocking on the door here. Bases loaded here with just one out.
Landon Riley, bases loaded with an out. Goes outside that pitch 1-0. With basically a brand new infield and brand new outfield for Vestal. A lot of motion around after the pitching change of Casterline. The 1-0 taken for a strike against Riley. That ball goes through and everyone's back at the plate, so nothing happens out of it. Still only one out here with Abbott creeping from third base. So Riley with a big chance here. Because again, obviously these sacked flies still in play to at least get a run in, but Riley, if you're him, you want the big hit. You want to clear as much of this as you can. And also just keep the line moving and keep this at a one-out situation, because this is an opportunity for a rally response to a rally. Take it for a strike, 1-2.
That's a good pitch, too. Follow up by Dole. And Riley in a big spot here, 1-2. You don't want to go down on strikes, that's for sure, with the bat on your shoulder.
Riley takes this pitch, 2-2.
Yeah, just outside that time, 2-2. Tell Dole wanted that pitch.
Absolutely did. Kicks and deals. Riley swings and chops on it. This ball stays down the line. Run comes home. Base is still loaded.
Foul
ball.
Foul ball.
Foul ball. The foul. That specific part of the foul line is exactly where I'm blocked.
Exactly. Yeah. John has there are 2 windows here, and there's a kind of, you know, pillar, I guess you could say, between the windows. That is your blind spot. And yeah, but I was able to see it from my vantage point.
It's teamwork on the broadcast. What we did. Here's the 2-2 as Riley takes this down low. It's gone wild. Full count. Will come up here. And now this game changes a bit.
Yes, sir. This is a big pitch coming up here for Dole. He missed on that, you know, pitch a couple of pitches ago. We see if he goes back to that here. He was living on the outside corner.
Dole ready. Riley ready. The payoff. Down low, so a walk, and it brings a run home. It's 11-4.
They'll take that. Just as good as a single here. 11-4, now down by 7, and so they just got to chop away, chop that wood, and now with the bases loaded and 1 out, you're 1 hit away from making this a 5-run game or even a 4-run game.
Get a visit.
And that'll be it for Dole.
Right. So Dole's day is done. And they will give the ball to Osborne.
Yeah.
So more changes. It's a quick change.
More carousel changes on the base pads too. Yeah. We'll see. Now
Finn Comain comes in.
Osborne
he will play
goes
left
to
field.
Third.
He will play left field.
Right.
And they will move the left fielder over to third.
Yeah, I think that's number 18.
It's Liam Donahue who came in.
All right, so Donahue will come in to play third base.
Comain in left. And the pitcher is Osborne now. So it's a quick change, and it's a big moment, right, for Vestal in a game that they're definitely looking to win. And I think we may have went final on the other side.
Did we?
We went final, 5-1. West Nyack wins.
Oh, yeah, okay. So last update I got was 5-1 after 5. But, yep, they have gone final. So that puts things in perspective, John, because now West Nyack is 3-0 and Twin Town is 1-2. So all Mechanicville-Stillwater has to do is win the game. If they win the game, they are advancing. If they lose the game, then it's going to come down to runs allowed is the first tiebreaker, because there's 3 teams that'll be 1-2 at that point.
Yep.
Vestal, Twin Town, and MSLL. So it'll be runs allowed. If there's a tie with runs allowed, it comes down to run differential. And if it's still tied, I have no idea. But but that'll be it. And right now, as far as runs allowed are concerned, Twin Town final, they've allowed 14 runs total. Okay, so Mechanicville-Stillwater, they have given up now 20 runs, even though the runs on the screen have gone off as far as the now they put them up.
There we go. It's a lot of buttons to push now.
Yeah. But so they've given up 20. So MSLL, they're in a must-win situation now at this point. They're in a must-win situation because at this point, Twin Town has given up less runs than MSLL has in this tournament.
So it's become clear. For Mechanicville-Stillwater, win, you're in. You lose, you don't. Get in to the semifinal. High pitch here for Weber. And so after all the math that we were doing before the game, it's now just win.
Right. And with Vestal, they've given up now 26 runs. So they kind of have already been eliminated either way.
Right, so Vestal, their scenarios have...
Because they can win this game, but it won't matter because they would have given up far more runs than Twin Town.
It wouldn't have mattered. Just take it out. Their only way of being alive would have been a win from West Nyack.
Right, a win by West Nyack, but a big win, like giving up a lot of runs in that game.
Right now, 3-0. Taken for a strike. 3-1. Base is still loaded. Our crew from that game is now taking a moment to watch this game.
They got out pretty early from their game. They motored along.
Joe Foreman and Gavona. And another walk, so another run. And Mechanicville-Stillwater starting to creep back into this game now, 11-5.
Well, again, winning in at this point. And so you don't have to worry too much about the score and how many runs you've given up. Now it becomes easier. Now, they gave the run to the wrong team. So it's 11-5 here. And Bloomingdale will look to continue the barrage here.
They'll take it for a strike. So it's 11-5. The PDF Sports Network scoreboard is correct right now. So
correct.
There's a fill-in on the scoreboard and public address announcing and everything. And Bloomingdale will pop this one up over towards short. He's going to run over, make the catch, 2 outs. Runners will hold. So a big out here for Vestal.
And John, in this inning for MSLL, how many hits do they have? Or do they have any hits?
We're doing math. In this, they just had the RBI.
Well, no, those were on walks.
Walks, right. RBI walks. It's back-to-back RBI walks. The last hit was from Jack Keltz. I don't remember if that was in this inning or if that was in the last inning. It's been a longer inning.
Because I have them stuck at 4 hits. I don't know if they registered
a
hit in this inning.
I believe you're right. So Myers with the bases loaded, and this is really right now the at-bat of the game.
Huge. Yeah, huge. An extra base hit here, and this is a brand new ball game. I understand still a big lead here for Vestal, but
Myers takes it 2-1. It is a big lead for Vestal, but yes, still a ball game because you have these bases loaded. If you don't take advantage of these bases loaded now, and they've already taken some runs in this inning, it becomes a bit tougher to get back in this scenario as Myers swings and misses for 2-2. So it's crucial because you would be down 11-5, and assuming you even don't give up runs to Vestal, you're still in a 6-run hole. 2-2. Myers sends this one over towards the pitcher. Osborne makes the play, and they get out of it. So some runs produced by Mechanicville-Stillwater, but Vestal gets out of it up by 6. We will head to the bottom of the 4th. Vestal looking to take some more runs out of Mechanicville-Stillwater. We'll be back on the PDF Sports Network.
This tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering Island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
Welcome back to Little League Baseball here on the PDF Sports Network. An 11-5 baseball game. John McCuster alongside David Pizzuto. Abbott still on the mound here today. He came in relief of Kelts, and it is an 11-5 baseball game here in this pool play matchup, the final pool play matchup of this first part. It is a huge, huge game here, final pool play day of this tournament here. So 11-5 is your score. Vestal with a chance to come back up, and they're not even looking for mercy at this point because they were only they're up by 8-4. Now they've given up some runs, so it's going to be a much bigger inning that they'll need to get to that point.
Yeah.
But a big moment here for Vestal.
But really, for the first time in this tournament, their bats have really come alive. I mean, whereas MSLL has really manufactured their runs, John, with a lot of walks and, timely fielder's choice, opportunities, bases loaded walks that lead to runs. Vestal's really doing it with the hit and with base running. Those are the two ways that Vestal has really gotten runs in this game. Timely hitting and then excellent on the base pads in this game.
Bring up Mikulski. Yes, it has been. It's been a huge part of what they've been able to do. It's part of why they maybe have lost a game before, but right now it's becoming a moment of how they could have won a game here today. Because again, that first game against Twin Town, obviously it was 11-1, but they were in it and had some base running mistakes that didn't go their way, and it kind of led to them not being able to put as many runs. They lost a lot of momentum, and then they ended up giving up that big 8th-run inning. So now here for them, they've had good base running here today. They haven't made those same mistakes, and now you've got an 0-0 to Mikulski. He swings and misses 0-1. So it's a huge improvement. Everything that you've kind of asked Vestal to improve upon in this tournament, they've done it.
Absolutely. Yep.
And Abbott came in relief of Kelts, the 0-1. Sent down low for 1-1 now. But here in this bottom of the fourth, Vestal so far, again, 11 runs. Offense has been producing as that goes 2-1. And they came into this game only scoring 4 runs in 2 games. And now they have 11 against a team that was looking to advance. And potentially, if things went right, they could have won this group, this Mechanicville-Stillwater team. And now they're looking at a moment where they might be out of it.
Yeah, well, again, we said it before. We'll go back to it in just a second. It's going to be a walk. But yeah, like officially they've already been eliminated. Even if they win this game, they've given up far too many runs. Twin Town would have that tiebreaker in the three team scenario. But we talked about in the pregame how you want to end your tournament strong either way. And you want to be able to leave Staten Island feeling good, positive thoughts. Because remember, some of these players are still going to be on the 10U squad next year. These teams consist of 8, 9, and 10-year-olds. So you want to continue to build.
Gilmore skies one over towards center, and that play is made for our first out of this inning. Mechanicville-Stillwater going to get a quick inning out of the squad. But right, like you said, I mean, this team is still building towards a lot. There's a lot of players that we already seen improvement over a 2-game stretch. Imagine what you do over kind of an offseason as practices continue later, and for some of these players, obviously they'll lose some, obviously, but again, like you said, a lot of these players are going to stick around for a bit and continue to develop as baseball players, and there's a lot to look forward to. It's taken for Osborne, 2-0. So Abbott, again, having a solid relief so far. But looking again to get Vestal to a quick one. Swung on, it goes out, foul into the netting.
Yeah, Vestal still being aggressive at the plate, too. Even with that 2-0 pitch, you have a 6. I had 2-0. They had 1-1 on the board. I had 2. Yeah, it is 2-1.
We're right.
Yep.
2-1 pitch. Osborne chops on this one over towards short. Tags the bag, makes the throw, a double play. Beautiful double play and a huge one for Mechanicville-Stillwater. The defensive chase pitch roll has continued to shine. We'll be back on the PDF Sports Network for the top of the 5th.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
Welcome back to Little League Baseball here on the PDF Sports Network. John McCooch joined alongside Dave Pizzuto in this 11-5 ball game here as Vestal so far leading, despite being eliminated, putting together a really good baseball game here for them right now. It's been a really strong performance out of Vestal. Mechanicville-Stillwater also looking to rebound, and they need a big inning and a big moment here for them. But before we approach this part of the inning, as we approach the finish, we want to thank many of our remaining sponsors for their unwavering support of this week's tournament. Special thanks to our friends at Ferradet Elevator Company, of Varga Construction Company, High Tech Mechanical, Robert Director Associates, and Core 4 Construction. Those companies serve all of Staten Island, and make so sure you check them out. Send them a thank you and seek their services as they have gone out of their way to bring you these games, and we could not be more thankful. Thank you to all of this week's sponsors. This tournament does not exist without you. Again, a very special thank you to all of our sponsors throughout the week and continuing to support and everything to make sure that this all kind of happens. This broadcast happens, everything. But back to baseball, too. This is a huge one for Mechanicville-Stillwater. They are still alive in this one, down by 6, needing a win. It is a must-win scenario for them in this game. It's either advance or go home for them as they bring up Shara.
You know, it feels like forever ago that, Mechanicville-Stillwater had, kind of an easy inning, I guess, and were able to go right back on offense. And this is that moment. They had a really good fourth inning, now down to their final 6 outs. They're able to get right back up to the plate and kind of pick up where they left off last inning.
And the pitcher still being Osborne, takes a high one, goes Shara, 1-0. So now Mechanicville-Stillwater, it's going to be a moment for them too, because they're going to have to get runs in a hurry. Takes a strike, and they're down to their final 6 outs here in this game, and what could be the final 6 outs of their tournament. Osborne kicks and deals that 1-1. Shara swung on, pops it right over towards third, lines it to Wiggins. He'll make the catch, and that'll be the first out. And also, Wiggins returns to third base. Dolan returns to catch him.
Right, yeah, they've been very active on the base pads, but also defensively on the base pads as well.
Yep. This one goes around pitch roll. They'll say it hit him, and he will take his base. So, an opportunity for pitch roll to get back on base. He's gotten on base in all of his at-bats. A hit, a walk, and now a hit by pitch.
And he's been very active when he's on the bases, too. So I don't know if you want to be super aggressive and try to take second base right away. You need too many runs for that, but be on the lookout for that as well.
Clangione takes a strike. And right, if it was a one-run game in this moment, I would say you kind of would look to go for it, but at this point, you need the hits anyway.
Right, exactly. Yep.
So Osborne kicks and deals that 0-1, and he will get a chance to advance. Will pitch roll because it goes wild, and he will head over towards second base. Bat for Clangione. And every at-bat is a big at-bat at this point for Mechanicville-Stillwater. Vestal was able to create an out, and Clangione sends one over past the third baseman, and that's a base hit. And he will head into third safely. So runners on the corners here in this 5th inning, and production has shown up when Mechanicville-Stillwater has needed it. Celts to come up too as well. Here's an opportunity again. Down by 6 is Mechanicville-Stillwater. They've got 6 outs to work with in this game. 5 outs now in this game. 2 in this inning.
Yeah, they didn't have a tremendous amount of hits in their big win yesterday, the 8-4 win, but we mentioned how they had hits in big spots, and there's another one.
Celts a big hit through second base, that gap, and it'll bring pitch roll home. Runner's going to go to third as well. He will get in there safely. Runners back on the corners, but this is an 11-6 ball game.
Yeah, and we said it, even 5, 6, 7, 8-run ball games, they're not over, and here we go. MSLL down by 8. Which seems like just a few moments ago. Now with just 1 out, runners at the corners, they're only down by 5.
It's just base knocks. Got a hit by pitch as well. This one in, and Celts is going to go. Celts is going to go, and he will be out easily. He forces the throw. They get a run out of it. So it's 11-7, and forcing that throw did lead to a run.
Yeah, so, I don't know if you like that trade-off so much, especially with your guys hitting in that respect, but they do cut the lead to 4 now.
0-0, and that'll be Yep, it did. It hit him. So DJ Doug gets on via the hit by pitch. It feels that's the thing where it's like trying to calculate a tough trade in chess because that out is so crucial. It almost feels like giving up a queen for a bishop right there.
Yeah.
Because you still need a lot. You still need that.
Yeah.
You're getting a run that you do need. It's good, but it's something that may be just a bit too valuable to give up for the trade-off you get because, again, you need to get hits anyway.
Right.
So it's interesting, but if it ends up working, then maybe I won't say anything again.
And part of it is a great throw by Dole, too.
Right. As Dickinson will send this over down towards third base. The throw to second is in time, and they get out of it down by 4. They create a couple runs, so we'll see what that decision and situation happens. And again, like you mentioned, a very good throw by Dole, who comes back in after pitching and plays catcher. But now, 3 outs left for Mechanicville-Stillwater. Vestal will look to create some more runs of their own in this one, but we'll be right back on the PDF Sports Network as Abbott will come up and pitch again.
New York State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
Welcome back to Little League Baseball here on the PDF Sports Network. And after 2 runs were produced by Mechanicville-Stillwater, and now Vestal will come back up and try to increase that gap yet again. And it's a big moment with Abbott back on the mound. And for Vestal, it's all about insurance at this point for them. And yes, they've been eliminated, but they can pick up insurance runs in this moment, in this inning, and likely they would just try to just have this end in the top of the 6th. But they'll bring up Emerson Cucci up here. So for Vestal, they look to create some run production again, and it's been a huge turnaround for them offensively. But Cucci, who's made a nice catch in center field, who's got a hit today as well. See what he's able to do as this one's fouled off. Goes into the netting and into the Vestal dugout. 0-1. Center fielder. Down 0-1 now. Pitch from Abbott. Cucci pops it up over towards first. This one is drifting foul, and it will. 0-2. And Mechanicville-Stillwater looking to try to get out of this inning as quickly as they can. Get the bats back up for their final 3.
All things considered, even though Mechanicville-Stillwater scored in that top of the 5th, it was a pretty quick top of the 5th inning too. So Vestal getting right back on the at the plate.
Abbott ready to go yet again. Let's see. Cucci ready. Abbott ready. 0-2. Taken upstairs. 1-2. We talk about the decision to have Celts go and steal, and maybe might come back to bite them at some point. 1-2. It's not you kind of bait the throw, and they've been thinking about baiting throws all game long, right? But for Dole, he was able to make a really good throw as a catcher to get over towards second, and it worked out for Vestal.
We've seen so many of those throws go to the outfield, be off target, that sometimes you're just hoping, you have your fingers crossed and hoping that you're going to get a bad throw, but that was an awesome throw.
And Cucci sends this over towards center field, so the center fielder will send it to center. And there'll be an out here in this one.
Yeah, long out, but good at bat there by Cucci. And now Sherba has an opportunity here with 1 out.
Takes the 0-0, and that's swung on and foul tipped out. So it'll be 0-1 for Sherba. Sherba 0-2, or 0 for 2 today, and 0-1. Playing first base today. And he will swing on an 0-1. A hard hit ball. Pitcherall unable to get it initially. Throws from one knee. He's safe. Good recovery from Pitcherall to just get back on that baseball. But it will end up leading to a runner on first here for Vestal.
Yeah, so they got another base runner here, and the way they have been on the base pads has been terrific in this game. We'll see what they do with that base runner.
And the base runner will go as that pitch goes away, and he will reach second base. So a runner on second now for Vestal.
Yeah, Vestal's made some errors, with base running in their first 2 games in this series, but they have been 100% in this game.
Wiggins pops this ball up to Pitcherall, who makes the catch for the second out. Bring up Carter Bastian. So far Abbott, besides now the base runner, doing a good job creating 2 outs.
Carter Bastian.
That swung on 1-1. So Abbott, again, Mechanicville-Stillwater hoping to get to the top of the 6th. Only needing 4 runs here. I know I don't say only lightly. It's still a lot of runs to create, but we've seen a lot of runs in this game.
Yeah, and they've also been hitting the ball pretty well. A lot of line drives here, making the outfield.
Right. That's what led to part of those 2 runs they created last inning.
They only have the 5 hits, at least according to our ledger here in this game, but they strung them together.
This one's sent over toward that middle spot, that Bermuda Triangle between first, second, and the pitcher, but they get it done, and they create the out. So now the final chance for Mechanicville-Stillwater in this tournament, in this pool play. They will need 4 runs at least to try to tie it up here on Staten Island. We'll be right back here on the PDF Sports Network. We come back.
The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
So Vestal covered a lot. We go 11-7 is your score here on the PDF Sports Network. John McCooch joined alongside David Pizzuto here for this one. 11-7 ball game for Mechanicville-Stillwater, needing 4 runs to try to come back and tie this game up. This could be the final inning for them here in this tournament on Staten Island here in Great Kills.
Well, you got to protect those outs now with your life, right? So you can't concede anything. You can't, sacrifice anybody over. Everything has got to be a hit. And you have to figure, John, in order to score 4 runs in this top half of the frame, at least, you're going to need, 7, 8, 9 guys to come to the plate. Usually that's what you need in a 4-run inning. So everybody just has to do their job and get on base anyhow, any way on, and that has to be the mission critical here. And then when you're on the base pads, you can't make any mistakes. And if you're Vestal, and you're Osborne especially, you have to just attack the hitters. Nothing easy. Let everybody earn their way on and get out of here and get out of Staten Island with a victory under your belt in this tournament. So a lot on the line here, not just to see who advances, but who leaves with smiles on their faces.
Now batting the pitcher,
We'll see.
number 13, Tommy Abbott.
See how this goes. Pitch taken. Abbott, we're in the back half more so of this order. Starting in the 6th spot with Abbott. And again, this is a 13-man order for Mechanicville-Stillwater. Taking outside another ball, and Osborne, again, just trying to get his team out of this one and pick up Vestal's first win of this tournament. 3-0 now. An early walk would be key here for Mechanicville-Stillwater if they're able to just get a man on and keep the line moving. They've got to create some runs here. 3-0. Taken for a strike. Abbott ducked, but it's still a strike. 3-1. So he will not swing on 3-0.
Yeah, again, any way on. So you have to see that first strike first at the very least.
And the pitch. Swung on a chop foul. So that'll be 3-2 now. A full count here. Start things off to lead off this inning. Here for Tommy Abbott.
So the first huge pitch of this top half of the inning coming right here.
And there's the payoff. Swung on and missed. Osborne picks up a strikeout, and Abbott will be the first out of this 6th. 2 more outs left in Mechanicville-Stillwater's tournament.
Now batting the left fielder, number 19, James Jordan.
Brings up James Jordan. Takes that pitch for a strike. Right now, Carter Osborne dealing.
Well, how about Osborne down 3-0 in the count, comes all the way back and registers a strikeout.
0-1 from Connor Osborne. Down low for 1-1. What a moment it will be for him. With Casterline put up a good day. He came in relief, did Osborne. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
It's a good point you make, John, because remember Castelline's out and he got into a lot of trouble in that second inning, but he came back out and he ended up pitching into the fourth inning and pitching strong in that third and fourth inning to keep MSLL exactly where they were at 3-1 at the time, down 3-1 at the time, and that's when Vestal kind of erupted with the bats.
Jameis strikes the ball foul. 1-2 to James Jordan. He will swing at that ball down low. Say he got a piece of it.
That was only the second strike, though.
Right. Second strike here.
I have 2-2, but I don't know if I'm correct. Yeah, it is 2-2.
2-2. Swung on by Jordan. It goes over towards third. Picked up with the glove, and that throw is in time. Second out. And Mechanicville-Stillwater down to their final out here in pool play.
Struck pretty decently, but that's a nice play by the third baseman. And then the first baseman would, almost taken off the bag. Tough feelings there for the hitter coming back. And here we go, down to a final out. They need a 4-run rally.
Landon Saunders takes a strike 0-1, and it could be the final batter here this year for Mechanicville-Stillwater. All these teams did a great job, a long time to get to this point. It's a big journey.
And again, we've done the math in our head, John, but nothing is official here on PDF Sports Network. We let the officials, decide who advances, but we pretty much know what's going to happen here.
The 0-2 taken down low.
But we always make that disclaimer here.
We do our best to make determinations based on the rule books we look at and everything, but we'll see. 1-2. Swung on. Saunders pops it over towards Gilmore. He makes the catch, and that does it. Vestal able to pick up a win here in pool play, and it looks like it'll be West Nyack and Twin Town in that one. Great game from Vestal. 11-7. It goes final here in game number 1 on this field today. We got another game coming up later, but Vestal, a huge win for them.
Yeah, Vestal was down 3-1 in this game and looked like they were on the ropes, and MSLL was going to put together a really big inning. In that second inning, Vestal held them to just the 3 runs, and then they just erupted with 2 outs in the bottom of the second to take the lead, and then in the big third inning, were able to balloon the lead up, and they were able to hold off Mechanicville-Stillwater from there. By our count, West Nyack at 3-0, obviously they win the group. They win the American Division. It looks like Twin Town, by virtue of the runs allowed rule, is going to advance to the semifinals as well. They'll finish in second. And the other 1 and 2 teams, Mechanicville and Vestal actually finishes in third place via the head-to-head win. And Mechanicville-Stillwater finishes in fourth with their 1 and 2 record. So that's the way it looks. And the American Division is officially locked up as a result, and now our attention turns to the National Division. 2 games that don't have implications for who moves on, John, but we're going to see who wins that group. That game was going on the major field between South Shore and Massapequa Coast, and one of the 2 teams on the bottom, just like Vestal, are going to go home with their first victory of this tournament. We'll get that game to see who leaves here with smiles on their faces and with something to grow on here coming out of Staten Island.
All right, you can see Vestal, the way they celebrated the win, right? Winning the tournament, everything. It just matters that you win a baseball game. They're happy to win a baseball game, happy to come away from this trip that they went on, this Vestal team, with a win to close their season out here correctly for them, I guess. And now Mechanicville-Stillwater, they picked up a win, and they fall just short of Vestal here, 11-7. But this has been a fun one. Again, we've got 2 more games for you here on the PDF Sports Network as we look at the other divisions. You'll see South Shore, Massapequa Coast, like you said. We'll have a game on this field as well. That, again, like you said, Doesn't really have the same implications, but will still be a good one and a great time. But we thank you all for tuning in here on the PDF Sports Network to this one. Vestal takes down Mechanicville-Stillwater, 11 runs to 7, 10 hits to 5 for them, only 1 error for Vestal. But they'll do it again. The second game will be on a separate stream, as will the other game as well. They'll be on separate streams, so if you're looking for those games, make sure to check out those other YouTube links that'll be on there. Just check out the channel, and we'll have that for you. But for us in the first game, John McCutcheon alongside Dave Rizzuto, that will do it on the PDF Sports Network, and we will see you another time.